Magnús is your ultimate entrepreneur. And he's more than an entrepreneur, he's an all-round entrepreneur. He's an artist in his own right, both as a writer, as a performer, as an actor, as a director. And he's a producer as well. He has this rare quality of being able to start a mission and finish it almost exactly the way he planned. And this is a quality you will find only in a handful of entrepreneurs anywhere in the world.
Welcome to LazyTown, a place where you want to stay. You'll meet Robbie with his rotten plan, and Spartacus saving the day. Stephanie is new in town, and soon she and Ziggy are friends. With Pixel, Stingy, and Trixie too, they're gonna have a blast together.
LazyTown, when I really think about it, have been part of my life since I was just born. If I look back on my life, it little bit seems like this was going to happen. For example, when I was 5, I lived in a very small town, and there was 1,500 people who lived there, and not everybody had phones. So there was one operator that people called into and said, "Mr. Herbert, there's a phone for you." And then somebody had to go and get him, knock on his door and say, "There's a phone downtown in the operator room, and you have to take the phone call." So this old woman asked me, "Can you, Magnús, because I have seen you run so fast, can you run with those telegrams, like the small ones, and tell people there's somebody waiting on the other of the line?" And I said, "Yes." And she called out the window, "There's telegrams." Anybody in the town told me. I just jumped up, run to that middle of the town, get that little message, run with that as fast as I could to the guy and said, "There's a phone for you." And he signed it, and I went back and I got paid. So I was like a professional athlete very early. But this woman saw potential in me, and she started to train me to be an actor. And I went over monologues, and I did that. And then on this National Day of Iceland, I also did a lot of running, and I got 100 gold medals for running. So it was a little bit like it was part of my life to do this. Then I wanted to be architect, and I studied to be architect. And in the evenings, I was also in the fitness. I taught fitness. And at the same time, I started to talk with people about fitness. And then the government of Iceland saw me, a lot of them saw me, talk to a lot of kids, and they said, "I think you can really speak to maybe teachers, and then you can speak to adults, then maybe the moms, and then the dads." And suddenly I was like a public speaker. I went around Iceland to speak about totally different things, from training people to serve on airlines till 60 years old women to be happy, and how to raise healthy children. And I saw there was no role model for health for children. There was nothing. There was nothing in the children's entertainment who had like really good values for kids that would motivate kids to live healthy lives. So I said, maybe I can do something about this. So I started in Iceland by writing a book, and it became the bestseller 10 or 11 years ago in Iceland. From that, I wrote 11 other books. I did musicals. I wrote 2 musicals who were sold out for 4 years. Nearly 140,000 people saw them, and in Iceland there's only 300,000 people.
How do you get your strength, Spartacus?
Yeah, how do you get it?
I get it from this. Sports candy.
Whoa! Stephanie, carrot.
Show me how it works, Spartacus.
LazyTown is, for me, like everything at the same time. It is about balance. So, for example, LazyTown is like you have a villain, or you have a superhero who's like positive. You can do anything you want. You have the villain, that's the people you meet during your life who say, "You can't do it. Oh, takes too much money, don't do it. And then you have the Stephanie, who's the girl, who come into the town and live with all those people. And they are swinging from A to B. That's like you come into your life, you have to make choices. So kids, 5 years old or 7 years old, they have to make choices, this side or that side. And if you make this, something happen. If you make that, something happen. That is what LazyTown is. But we want to try to keep it in the middle. So it's about balance. To be healthy is to be in balance. That you can enjoy life, you can smile, you can cry, you can do anything, but you don't do too much. You don't cry all the time. You don't smile all the time. That's what it is. And so that's my philosophy. But the characters of LazyTown come from, I held more than 4,000 lectures around the world, and parents asked me the same questions, and then I boiled it down to 7 issues, that parents really understand 7 things, or want 7 things for the kids, that they be healthy and educated, be safe, don't hurt other kids, go to sleep early, brush their teeth, and don't be stingy, and move and exercise. That's it. And this is in Korea, Brazil, Iceland, Norway, anywhere. And kids understand 2 things, love, affection, that you don't talk down to them, and movement. So kids, if they're happy, you say, you want to go to the movie? Yeah, yeah. I have never met a kid who doesn't want to move.